Lesson 8 Hardware Configuration. In this presentation, we'll discuss about the hardware configuration settings, that is predefining the printer settings so that whenever you print an invoice, bill or document, you need not to specify those printer settings again. However, while taking print, you can change the default settings at any time. To define hardware configuration, we'll go to Administration, Configuration, Hardware Configuration option. On clicking the hardware configuration option, you can see a list of various options is appearing. At the top of this window, a label hardware configuration for the user admin is provided. This is showing that these settings we are defining for the user admin. You can define separate hardware configuration for each user. Now we'll discuss various options provided under these. First is default printer driver. Here a list of printer is appearing, that is the printers installed on your computer. So by default the printers set as default printer in the control panel will appear. You can select any printer driver. Next option is page length in inches. Define the page length, that is the length of the page in inches on which you are taking the print. You can leave this field as 0 to pick default printer settings. Next is lines per page normal and lines per page landscape, that is the number of lines you want to print in case of normal mode and in case of landscape mode. You need to define those here. Next is printing style. Here two options are appearing, DOS or Windows, that is you want to take print on a DOS based printer or a Windows based printer. If you select DOS option, then certain options will become active. First is DOS emulation. Select the DOS emulation, that is select the printer. If you do not find the required printer in the list, then select the printer which is nearest to the characteristics in the printer you will select. For example, if you want to take print on a dot matrix Wipro printer which is not available in the list, then you can select the Epson option also. Next, always create spool file. Specify Y in this data field if you want to create a spool file, and then on specifying yes in this field, two more fields, file path and file name to be picked will appear. In the file path, you will specify the path where the spool file will be created and file name to be picked, that is what will be the name of the spool file, that it will be the current date and time or it will be the report name, so you can select the required option. Now we'll select the printing style as Windows, and you can see different set of options are appearing. First two options are papers top margin and papers left margin. Specify the top and the left margin to leave from the top and from the left. Then is shrink printing to percentage for landscape mode and for normal mode, that is you can shrink the printing, that is allow scaling for the document so that it can fit automatically. So you can specify the shrinking percentage between 90 to 100 only. If you do not want to shrink the printing, then you can specify 100 here, or if you want to shrink printing, then you can specify a range from 90 to 100. So these are all the options provided under the hardware configuration. Now we'll print an invoice. We'll go to sales invoice, open it in modify mode and print it. You can see default printer settings are same as we have defined in the hardware configuration. If you want, you can change these settings here also. So this is the use of hardware configuration feature. At the end of the chapter, we have provided certain exercise. You can view the exercise on screen and attempt it. Hope after going through this chapter, you would be able to easily configure the hardware configuration setting. Thanks for watching. For more videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel.